Guys, I hope you guys are doing well. We are. It's been a while since we did a video, and this video will explain why basically we weren't able to do a video last week, for example. Right, should I do some coloring? If you follow us on Instagram, I'm going to put the Instagram link there. But if you do, then you might understand why today we are in a bit of a hyper situation. We're quite energetic today. I'm going to put it all on the frosties he had for breakfast today, and I shall have it in my mind maybe not to offer them on a day when I'm planning on keeping him at home for the day. So anyway, this video was going to be all about travel. There we go. We had our first international trip 2 weeks ago for just a very short weekend holiday with TJ and a friend of mine, and it was the best. Honestly, I'm so glad that we were able to do it, to get it in, because you know, a lot of these things you hear them obviously even before you have children, and people talk about how, oh, it's going to be so hard to travel, and especially for me, I love traveling, and I did a lot of traveling before TJ, a lot of solo trips, a lot of trips with my husband. And so obviously, you know, the idea of having a child, I knew that it meant that my sort of type of travel is going to be different, and I did feel like I was ready for that. And so when I had TJ, my initial thought was, a different color? Color. Which color would you like? What color would you like, TJ? I've got green, I've got yellow, and I've got red. Red. You want red? Red. This is red. There you go. Purple. That's red. That's not purple. That's red. Purple is that. The kitchen towel. That's purple. Purple. Yeah, that's purple. So this is red. Yes, we are learning colors, if you can't tell. So any opportunity we have to point out colors. Yes, we do. Right. Yes. So I knew it was going to be different traveling with a child. But I was very keen to do it anyway. You know, life obviously will adjust with a child anyway. And there's no reason why you shouldn't adjust things like travel as well and keep doing them, because I think that it's really amazing. This is green. Green. I think it's really great that, you know, that they have an opportunity to see the world as well, if you can, obviously. And it doesn't have to be, you know, trips abroad and stuff. Even if it's a trip to the next town, you know, it's something different. It's, you know, it's yellow. It's opening them up to a whole other culture. Do you want my help? Help. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Mama. Yeah, okay. It's yellow. Yellow, yes. Green, yellow. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Red, green, yellow. Yeah. So basically that was it. So this trip was, to be fair, I had been thinking of traveling for a while, but I hadn't really, you know, gone down to the dates or any of that. And it just came to me as a whim. I just thought, you know what, I am honestly, I've been stuck in the country for almost 2 years because of COVID, obviously. And I was just itching to go somewhere. So I just looked up holidays, and strange thing is, this friend of mine and I had always thought of going to Ibiza for, like, you know, a weekend or like during the party season or whatever. And so she was visiting, and I said, you know what, I've been looking at places to go. And strangely, Ibiza is a very child-friendly place. You know, they have obviously the party scene areas and seasons and stuff. And they've also got a lot of family related things and places. And I was like, you know, I'm looking at trips, and I think I'm going to book a trip for next weekend. And she's like, you know what, give me the details. If you don't mind me coming, I'm happy to come along. And I was like, you know, why not? Let's do this. And that's what we did. So we booked the trip, and it was amazing. Honestly, TJ was an absolute dream. I've put a lot of little tips on, you know, things that you can do to sort of like make travel easier. They're all on Instagram, and I probably will keep sharing because I did part 1, so I'll do part 2 for that as well. So please go and check them out. But honestly, you know, it's such things as even just looking for the right time to fly. Obviously, we got a very early flight out and a very late flight back in. Early flight out meant that he was up at 3 a.m. To go to the airport, which is about half an hour drive from our house. So, you know, strangely, he was very okay with that. He slept his normal time at 8:30ish, and I had to wake him up at 3, and we left, and he was so alert. Obviously, it was a whole different environment as well, and he was just on it. Breakfast. He had a breakfast at the airport. We got into the flight, and he was chill. I managed to get this, ear noise cancelling sort of headphones, but they're like pads instead of like proper headphones, because I knew he wouldn't be. There's no other rubber. They're all there. All the colors are there. You want another paper to color on? I knew that it might get, well, it doesn't completely cancel all the noise, but it does reduce some sounds. People can't get, especially like thinking of Ibiza, the people are going there. There's a lot of party groups, so there were moments where they were going hey on the flight. But TJ basically had quite a chill time. I had downloaded some Cocomelon on the iPad, so he watched that for a bit, maybe half an hour. I'd bought him some new books, Cocomelon book as well. So he was, seeing it for the first time, so he was a bit into it as well. And it was a book on things he's kind of like on right now, learning numbers and that sort of thing. So we did that for maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then we had a little walk up and down the aisle. People are quite friendly, they were all waving. He was all smiling and, getting invited for weddings and stuff. It was quite nice, really. And then I only had an hour left because the flight was about 2 hours and 50 minutes. So very close to 3 hours. And we had an hour left and he just slept off. I was holding him and we had a window seat and he just dozed off. And it was amazing. And we landed at the side and he was just like, oh, what's all this, We got to the hotel and all went smoothly. Check-in went smoothly. We got in and me and my friend were really shattered. We were just thinking, right, I could do with a nap right now. But TJ was so energetic. So we just ended up, getting out and going out to the, going out to the pool, and then eventually we went for a meal and went to the beach later in the day. And he had his first beach experience. This is something that was really about, because I just felt like, no shade to the UK, but the beaches in the UK are not it. They're like rocky and it's just not it. So I was very keen on TJ's first beach experience being like a proper beach, proper sand and, the wax. But he really, obviously initially he was a bit hesitant about it, and he stepped on it. He was a bit like, yeah, pick me up, mother, what is this sensation? And because he had a really long day, he hadn't really had a nap yet. He didn't even have his afternoon nap that day. He napped in the plane for an hour, and then he had maybe 15 minutes on the drive from the airport to the hotel, but that was it. So around 6 o'clock when we were walking on the beach, he was definitely overstimulated, but he still was quite okay. He just just watched the waves and the sea, and it was just quite nice. Then he had a really good night. He slept through the night easy. Honestly, it was just amazing. And the rest of the trip was just pretty much the same. He ate so well. He tried out all this new food. He had a bit of ratatouille. He had a bit of octopus. He had some Spanish omelette. Did you not have some Spanish omelette? That's not for eating, TJ, is it? Not for eating. It's for coloring. It was amazing. And then the one thing I liked about, I mentioned this on my Instagram as well, is that one of the things I liked about the buffets, for example, was they had a coldish buffet. TJ, are we done? Are we done coloring? All done.
Okay.
All done.
I'm done.
All done. Yeah. I might have to end this video here and do a part 2, because I think that we have reached our limit of time sitting in here. But yeah, I was just going to finish off on the buffet thing. They had a sort of warm buffet for the kids where they had the exact same food they had on the adult side, but it was a bit cooler. So, because one of the frustrations parents tend to have, brown. One of the frustrations that parents tend to have is, you go and the kids are hungry. When the minute they see the food, they want to eat it now. And the worst thing is having some hot food sat there, and you're like, oh, just give it a minute, it needs to cool down, or trying to blow it down for them. It just doesn't work. But having that was just amazing, because we were able to sort of sit and eat together. Reaping the benefits of baby-led feeding. TJ, that was not safe. That's not safe. I'm going to have to take it away now, because we're throwing. Okay, so we're done coloring. We're going to move on to something else, okay? Shall we make some lunch? Lunch. Let's cook some lunch. You want to say bye-bye to the guys? Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye.